machine universe brings you winter driving moments that feel intense, unpredictable, and strangely fascinating. Let's watch together and see what the cold has in store. Honestly, slipping on ice just became the luckiest thing to ever happen to him. Imagine being on that bus and just seeing the streets spinning. Absolute nightmare fuel, total chaos, but somehow it works? Watching this Audi tackle the incline shows a clear split. With ESP active, the computer constantly fights for grip. But once it's off, the Quattro system finally gets to breathe and spin those tires freely. Expect a very confused group of kids wondering where their game went. Looks like narrow tires, some ground clearance, and a mechanical diff lock really help in situations like this. This is why you never hang around the outer side of a turning trailer. The Panda's engine sounds like a little tank. It's outperforming the luxury SUV just by having the right setup for snow. Holding the steering wheel on a route like this isn't simple.
No, look.
Unsecured loads and narrow ridges make a deadly combo, driving behind a truck like anyone's worst fear. Take a look at this David versus Goliath battle in the snow. Most people would say it's impossible, but that pickup is giving it everything. Just watch the moment it finally gains traction. Solid cold start for minus 24 degrees Fahrenheit. You can really hear that 1.9-liter turbo spooling up through the straight pipe after the initial struggle. Pushing from the back like that is risky. What if the tow rope snaps and the car rolls back? That one casual lean sparked a massive domino effect, flattening that entire cabin in seconds. General Motors FP9 locomotives from the 1950s are utilized here for clearing snowdrifts. This operation ensures the Ontario Southland right-of-way remains open despite the heavy accumulation of powder. Taking a GSXR 1000 Hart and putting it into an old Fiat 404 is peak engineering madness. It's a literal pocket rocket on ice. It's the perfect blend of Italian style and Japanese power. I've seen this kind of crash over and over. The truck shouldn't lift the dump bed when it's bent. It has to be straight.
Get fixed! Local unit number 3, monitoring. Wait till it turns, Steve. Oh, there we go. Correct.
High-speed chases usually end in handcuffs, but this one almost ended in a fire. After a chaotic pursuit, the stolen truck veered off-road, trapping the suspects inside a smoking cab. Officers had to pivot from a pursuit to a rescue. If the track shape were different, it probably wouldn't slide like this as much.
Пиздец, как мощно, блядь.
This setup features a high-horsepower John Deere 6210R tractor paired with an Overrossen 2PV 150S snowblower. It effectively cuts, gathers, and throws heavy snow instead of just pushing it. It's a powerful, efficient solution for heavy-duty winter maintenance. Cutting warm-up time in half with 550 degrees Fahrenheit exhaust gas temperatures during 3-cylinder idle is a big advantage for these Cummins engines. That 2.5 TDI diesel has some serious torque. Not every sedan can pull a heavy rig like a Mercedes-Benz Actros through the snow. Nice move, Truckee. That traffic light definitely needed a little adjustment today. Super dangerous. First low is the strongest. Starting the hill in it feels way safer, because shifting halfway up can get scary if it starts rolling back. This is the kind of climb people try to avoid. It's a classic case of the soft shoulder giving way. If you look closely, that dump bed tipped because the road edge crumbled. But thankfully, these trucks are designed to brake in the middle to save the operator. Respect to the driver, he handled that whole setup really well in that dance. Drivers say Kamaz is the girl and Ural is the boy. Ural has no air system. Everything's levers. In these conditions, reliability and toughness decide everything. Looks like a jammed valve turned all that suction power against the truck's own structural frame. Man, from Brisbane all the way to the tip of Cape York, what a trip. Love seeing Eddie Diemel show off that spear fishing near Hopevale. This Japanese rig just eats up those creek crossings, even with a whole caravan on its tail.
is driving on the snow.
This Mercedes-Benz Unimog U500 provides the necessary power for the Schmidt FS105 cutter blower, efficiently clearing the path at Whistler to maintain progress on the 2010 Olympic bobsled run site.
Hey! Guys!
Everything looks like it's covered in a sheet of glass.
Get out of the car!
Wondering if the cargo was light enough for the wind to lift it so easily? Ever wondered how a 247-ton drum gets from Finland to Sweden? We're following the Ahola Special Team today. At about 115 feet long, this massive debarking unit needs a smooth mix of road and sea transport to reach its destination. Documentation of Union Pacific's SPMW 207 rotary snowplow. Snow causes over 500,000 crashes every year. Mad respect for these drivers, risking their lives every single trip.
Нихуя себе. Пиздец.
Feels like he could cross the ocean or drive to the top of Everest if needed.
Блин. Да, похуй. Ну и чё, стачку, ну у него гусянки слетают, прикинь, там...
Unlike standard straight blades that can struggle with heavy drifts, the V-plow's pointed center acts as a wedge to maintain consistent forward momentum. This isn't their first time doing this. You can tell by how calmly the tractor operator handles that drop. Notice the tension on that cable during the recovery. While the MTLB has incredible grip, pulling at an angle like several viewers pointed out might put a lot of stress on the vehicle's frame.
Все.
I noticed the operator moving the equipment around a lot to get the right angle. Using the crane part of the wrecker to clear the guardrail is a specific choice for this kind of recovery job. Good thing he kept going. If he stopped, the weight could have pulled it over.
Looking that.
Those tracks keep the heavy crash from sinking right in. Perfect for when the road basically disappears.
Вокруг поехал.
Tractor versus thin ice. Looks like the ice won this round. The After unloading like that, I'd worry about those sidewalls. It definitely makes me want to slow down and take a second look at every intersection. You can tell these operators have years of experience. They took their time to ensure a smooth landing for the semi. I see the Kessbohrer LB5E using 4 axles here. It's designed to extend both length and width for these Russian routes. Taking out power poles like that is terrifying. Feels more dangerous than just scraping a wall. That moment when the cars keep going and you realize there's no engine anymore. Solid job on the Ruza crane recovery. From the ravine pull to the wheel installation, it looks professional. I'm curious, how much would a specialized service like this set you back? Adding a side plow to a motor grader like that makes the whole job way
Хорошо
faster.
идет.
Think your commute is bad? These drivers navigate shifting permafrost daily using nothing but grit and heavy steel. That wraps today's mix of truck mistakes and icy road moments on Machine Universe. We appreciate your time, stay open to feedback, and keep learning side by side.